I went to church pretty much all the time. Vacation Bible School and Sunday school, and we attended the church services. My grandfather was sort of kind of one of the patriarchs of that, but he was a very stoic man. He was Dutch. He ended up in Illinois, and then a lot of things that happened in Oklahoma center around the land run of 1889, and my grandfather through that established some prime property in Oklahoma on the Cimarron River, which was very good land. He made it work. I mean, he did everything. And he was very puritanical, I guess. I was raised in our church, was a Methodist church, but it's sort of like the stereotypical Baptist church. For instance, when you went to my grandfather's house, you went to sleep when the sun went down, you got up when the sun came up. There was not an indoor bathroom until I was a sophomore in high school. I mean, no television, that was sinful. No cards, and very puritanical, but from that, he had a very strong ethic and a sense of stewardship, which I think means different things now, but in Oklahoma in the farming, stewardship was taking care of the land that you were entrusted with. If you didn't do that, it was a sin. It was very much, this land you're entrusted with, it's in the family name, you don't do anything to disgrace that family name, it's your responsibility. So stewardship has changed over the years for me, because I had very many different stories along the way, where I went to school, and then I was in the military, and then I did residency in New Orleans, and then I was in practice for almost 40 years. And so stewardship has changed. But even though we were very poor, and I remember times when we realized that because of the weather, the drought, the hail, whatever, that we pretty much lost all of our money. It was kind of going to be a hard candy Christmas kind of thing for the rest of the year. And I saw my parents react to that. But they persevered. But the thing I really appreciated about that was learning that aspect of stewardship. And that carries through the time I have served in different ways, and feeling a relationship to the patients I treated, and also in the church environment, stewardship of God's Word, and to the congregation, and to the ministry and the outreach of the church. It's exhibited itself in many different ways. My dad expected me to be very responsible, and my grandfather. So I started working for my dad after the summer I was in the 5th grade. Okay, so we had about 600 acres of wheat and grew alfalfa. And so I worked for my dad every summer and during the year as well as when I could. I was expected to take the responsibility. The summer after I was in the 5th grade, in grade school, I started driving the wheat trucks to town to take them to the mill. And if you got a flat tire along the way, you had to figure out how to change it out, okay? So I was expected to be very responsible at an early age. And I guess that stuck with me, because one thing when you're treating patients and committing to patients, you have to be responsible. And so I guess that was kind of the common link there. And I take that very seriously because of the commitment that my father and my grandfather made to the family. Every season of life is a new season, and things change, but the themes continue and express themselves in different ways, I think. Since I've come to this church, I've worked in a different capacity and trying to be a steward of the resources and the people and the heritage of this church. Unfortunately, people change and we go into new seasons, but there's a commonality in the thread there that reinforces my faith. Even though it's different, it's still the same core fact that God's there, and you trust in that, and you believe in that, and you know that He's going to provide. He may not provide the way you think, and it's going to be in His own time, but He's going to provide. And if you don't trust in that, then it's going to be a difficult story. So that's been reinforced in every phase of my life. When I came to Louisiana, I ended up doing a 4-year residency at Charity Hospital of New Orleans, and I came from a German agrarian environment, and then all of a sudden I was immersed in a urban Catholic environment, and it was quite a shock. But I learned so many good things there and met so many good people and made so many good relationships with other residents that I still continue today. So even though it's different, the continuity's there, and I see the goodness in that. And that's a blessing to me. And I see that in this church, in all that it does, and with all of the changes that we have gone through and will continue to go through. I pray that we will still minister this community and try to do outreach to the people that need it, which is an evolving community and growing, so there'll be more people that have needs. I take comfort in the continuity of the story there. You can't falter in your faith. And as I said before, you have to trust God's word and that He will provide. I've seen so many serendipitous things happen through my life that when they happen, you go, what's this about? This seems totally irrelevant. And then sometime later, it fits in perfectly, and it makes a vital connection that would not have happened. And you go, it's a God thing. It truly is. So I think you have to believe in that. And I think that that's a grace God gives us. I believe that we are a body of people that intend to do the right thing. We are unfortunately human, and sometimes it doesn't work out so well. Sometimes, most of the time it does. But to the end, it's working toward God's purpose. So I pray that that's going to be our story that continues, regardless of whom the minister is. We need to walk forward to that in faith. It's not going to be easy, but everything that's worthwhile isn't easy.